Hey guys! So on my Instagram I had someone request to show you how I retouched this image and to show you how I turned it from this to the kind of yellowy orangey autumnal looking picture that was the final picture. Ugh, that was not a good explanation, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how I did this. So this is the image after I've done all this skin work, and then my next thing is to get rid of this green. So to begin with, I'm in Lightroom and I'm just going to go on the green under the color drop down doohickey and pick green and take the hue and slide it all the way over to the left and then export it into Photoshop. Then the next thing we're doing is we're going to duplicate the background, go to Image, Adjustments, and go all the way down to Replace Color. And we are going to select this yellowy green color. And obviously that didn't select all of it. So I'm just going to go down here and select as much as I can. And then we're going to bring it down to the orangey yellowy color. I think it's more like this. And then you can play with the lightness and whatever floats your boat. But I'm going to leave mine right at 0. And then you can take the saturation down, which is only going to affect the colors that you changed or altered, whatnot. But it's also a really good way to check and see if you got all of the color that you want to alter. I'm going to go back, set that back to 0. And this is around the color that I wanted. And there's still like that little thing that I can just color over later. So obviously sometimes you're going to have little spots that don't change because sometimes your lighting is not completely even, and of course all these different greens were not the exact shade or the exact same color as green. So once you're happy with the way it looks, then you can select OK. And there you have it. Now, of course, you can go through and sometimes on your image, once you have done replace color, sometimes it changes things on the skin or other elements of your picture that you don't want changed. And so you can just zoom in and change them. You can see here that it changed the green on her crown. And I don't mind it really, but I'm going to go ahead and erase just a tiny bit of it. And I'm going to put a layer mask on here and select my brush tool, put it on normal, put it around in the 40s somewhere, and a black brush. And just erase a bit off these greens. You can see here it changed some of these colors too. So these little orangey colors, yellowy colors. You can see that it changed a bit on her skin, but I don't mind that really. At least I don't think I do. Once you have your main stuff done with your replace color, then you can move on to getting rid of spots like here and here and whatever. And you can do that in whatever way that you want. You can try using a selective color layer, selecting like the greens and see if that's going to affect it, and it does a little bit. Or you can not use a selective color layer. Yeah, okay. And you could duplicate the background layer again, and you could get your little pointy selector tool and select an orangey color. Get your brush tool, use color and keep your opacity kind of low just in case it's way too much and overpowering. And you can just paint on some color. So we have changed the main color in the image, the green, just because we felt like it. So then I'm going to go ahead and do a selected color layer, and I'm going to go into the blacks because sometimes when you do this type of technique, it can look fake. Even though it is fake, and obviously people know that, you know, you're not going to find something that has this exact color in the world. At least I don't think you can. So I like to break it up by going into my blacks and adding in colors. I'm going to add in a bit of magenta into my blacks because I feel like this is helping erase some of the orangey tones and replace it a bit. But you can add in whatever tones you want. Like if you wanted to go for something extreme, it is literally up to you. But I personally want to do a little bit of magenta. And of course you can play with the opacity layer to make sure that it is working for you. I'm going to take it down a bit. That's so much better. Okay, so now I am going to erase it a bit off of her hair because I feel like it. And you already have a layer mask on here, so you can just get your brush tool, normal, whatever your opacity you want, and just make sure it's black. And erase away. Simple and effective. We should probably zoom in. You can see here. We're gonna go back in here. And you can erase it off of the face too if you want, because there are shadows on the face that are getting the purple magenta treatment. Like the eyebrows and the eyelashes especially. Usually. Anyways, they do. So then once you've done the color changes, you can go and work with your toning and your lights and stuff. I like to add a contrast layer with curves and then bring the opacity way, way down just to add a tiny bit of contrast into my images. I'm actually going to do another selective color layer and go into the neutrals to affect the skin area because I'm loving the tones, but I might add in a tiny bit of yellow. That is not a tiny bit. That's a lot of it. Maybe a little bit more magenta to do like a orangey, bronzy. And then of course you bring the opacity way, way down, and that's still way too much. Okay, so then I'm actually going to do a hue and saturation layer, and I'm going to bring my saturation down. I don't know, around 10-ish. Zoom in, I'm going to show you what this looks like. Because I usually do this for skin tones, because I just like the way it looks. Ta-da! I'm going to do some curves and work on the toning a bit. You can tone it however you want to. I'm really just trying to make the highlighting on her face really pop and look spectacular, because she had like some really nice highlighting going on, which made me super excited because currently I am all about some dewy highlighted skin in my images. I hope that this was helpful, and I hope this is what whoever requested this on my Instagram wanted, and I hope I wasn't entirely too boring, and I hope you didn't hear too much of my cat's collar bell ringing too much from her prancing, or my daughter trying to be quiet in the other room. Just know my house is not haunted. It's, well, by a 5-year-old who's not exactly a ghost, but she does haunt. I hope you guys all have a great day, and if you have any more requests for Photoshop tutorials or prop tutorials or anything that you want to know from me, let me know and I will get you a video or a blog post or something to try and help you out. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye!